Guys, if you want to change your life, you definitely need to read this book, and I'm going to tell you why. It's a book by Bronnie Ware, and she was a care nurse, guys. And listen, in the book, what she did was she documented the top 5 regrets of the dying. When I read this book, it changed my whole perspective in life. I felt like I could achieve anything in life, and I recognized that I'm wasting my time, which I recognize you might be as well. Now, here are the top 5. Number 1, I wish I had the courage to live the life that I want to live, not the expectations of others. Man, this one hit me really hard. You see, there's so many things I wanted to do in life that I felt like I was great for. But the problem was, I was always afraid, because I was always afraid of being judged by other people. Simply just doing something like a YouTube video, I was always worried and paranoid about what people would think. I found so much joy in doing it, but I was really embarrassed, only just because of what people would say about me. You see, people have certain expectations of me, right? Especially as a man, but of course, women go through it as well, which is work hard, support your family, don't complain, just do what you gotta do. And women, you go through it as well. Have a family, have kids, stay quiet, don't piss off the husband. That seems to be the common thing that people keep on telling other people to do, and unfortunately, never live in the life that you want to live. You need to live the life that you want to live. And that whole damn regret, man, when I read that, it changed my life tremendously. It made me recognize living a life of regret is not a life I want to live. Because when you live with regret, you never get the answers to what if, right? You will simply live with regret wondering, what if, what if, what if? And then once you do that thing that you were always regretful for, you recognize at least you have an answer. It's either yes or it's no, and you keep on moving. The second regret was, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Time and time again, guys, we're seeing so many people accumulate so much debt. That's why I do all my videos, man. I really like to talk about finance and motivating people, is because I know debt could ruin people's lives. Can you imagine living a life of debt and every day having to get up in the morning to work only to pay off your bills because of your past mistakes? That is just not worth it. Working all those long hours, not spending time with your friends, not spending time with your family, not spending time with yourself and enjoying your free time is no way of living. That's why I highly recommend, I always tell people, if the only reason why you're working 9 to 5 is to pay off bills, you need to pay off that debt as soon as possible. You need to have your free time. Right now, I'm currently on that mission. I'm trying to travel the world, I'm trying to visit other countries, I'm trying to enjoy as much time with my family, and not having to work as hard as possible on 9 to 5 to bring in so much income. That's not what my goal is. My goal is financial freedom and to have the freedom of time. The third regret was, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. That one hit me really hard, guys, because really, I was always afraid to speak up. Whether it was in the classroom, whether it was at work, when something was wrong, I was always afraid to speak up. And that really, really, really sucked, because I seen so many people speak up and get what they want, but I never had the courage. I was always quiet, right? I was always, even sadly to say, I was always struggling to even tell my parents I loved them. You see, love wasn't a word that was used a lot in my household at all. So I was never comfortable with telling someone that I loved them. But now that I'm older, right, and that I recognize that's just a stupid thing. If you feel that way, you should say how you feel. I had the courage to speak up and tell my family that I love them. I also had the courage to speak up to tell someone they're wrong when they are wrong. You see, you gotta learn how to speak up. And that is not easy to do. Trust me, especially in this day and age, it's not easy to do. But it's really important, because if you don't, then you're not really living the life that you want to live. You're living the life of someone else and trying to please other people. And the fourth regret was, I wish I stayed in touch with my friends. Right now, guys, times is really lonely. I grew up with so many people within my life, so many people. And now I narrowed my circle down to 4 friends. And we only hang out probably once or 2 times, probably every couple of months or so. Cultivating friendships, guys, is really important, especially for your health. You never want to just act like everything is all good with your friends, and you never really know what's going on with them. That's why I make it a thing as much as possible to do traditions. Once or twice a year, I do things within my house that way we can all get together and enjoy our time together. My other friend tries to have poker nights, we try to have game nights. We try as much as we can to cultivate a good friendship, because loneliness, guys, is something that is not a good feeling. I've actually read recently too that loneliness leads to a shorter life. Not having friends around leads to a very sad and depressing life. Hit up your friends, ask them how they're doing. Trust me, you could probably change the day by simply just hitting them up and then asking them, how's it going? And the fifth regret was, I wish I let myself be happier. That one hit me hard. Guys, this reminds me of the time when I graduated. Oh, it's getting bright. This reminded me of the time when I graduated college and I didn't even have a moment to sit down and enjoy it, right? Reason being is because I felt like this is what I was supposed to do. So I felt like being in misery was the only way I could put myself in positions to achieve the goals I want to achieve. And that's not the way you should live life. You should always appreciate and enjoy all the moments in your life, regardless of how small it is. If you're here in this world, guys, and you're breathing, you should be happy. You have an opportunity. If things are not working out the way you wanted to, you have the opportunity to change it. So try to be a lot more happier. All this political climate, people being mad and being upset, it's no way of living life, right? Because as if they said, the regret of the dying is the wish they were happier. Can you imagine living in this world, living in this country, this extremely miserable every single time, when you have all these things around you that could bring you so much joy, your wife, your kids, just simply breathing and being alive? That's the worst, to know you lived here in this earth unhappy just because you're holding on to grudges, just because people didn't agree with your political views. That's not the way of living life, guys, right? That is certainly not the way of living life. So that book, guys, really was really powerful. The top 5 regrets of the dying. And it just shows you, man, we're all gonna die one day. So you might as well enjoy this experience we have in life, right? Just handle your debt, handle your finances, try to reach financial freedom as fast as possible. That way you have choices in this life to do the things that you want to do, rather than being burdened with regrets. So many regrets in your life because you were never brave enough to take those chances. So really hope this video motivated you guys, and go ahead, man, take those chances and be brave. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.